Hamilton will roast Vancouver, guys. Make some noise for Gerry Hall!
Alright, first of all, I know I'm roasting Vancouver, but Christ, did they have to send a fucking Sasquatch? Fuck me. I mean, I'm wearing a Hamilton Tiger Cats, jersey, because obviously, my favorite sport, my favorite thing to do, being from Hamilton, to watch football. Yeah, and he is wearing a Vancouver Canucks jersey because, of course, as a Vancouver Canucks fan, his favorite thing is to watch his wife being fucked by other men. I'm just kidding. Where's his wife gonna find a man in Vancouver? Seriously. No girl wants to get plowed by a guy with a ponytail and a hem shirt that says feminist on it. Seriously, Jeewan, it snows like 3 days a year in Vancouver. How are there so many fucking snowflakes there? You asses in Vancouver can't even do violence right. When you had your Stanley Cup riot, there was like 4 stabbings and 2 car fires. That's a Thursday night at Tim's in Hamilton. That's why your CFL team is called the Lions. The lion represents Vancouver men very well because essentially it's just a giant pussy. There's 650,000 people in Vancouver. There'd be more, but the Chinese one-child policy. In Hamilton, Mandarin is a restaurant. In Vancouver, it's an official language. There's so many Chinese people in Vancouver, I thought the rail industry was making a comeback. They're actually trying to get into mainland Canada, but they get stuck in Vancouver, so hey Vancouver, thanks for being Canada's lint trap. The further west you go, the worse Canada is. When you get to Vancouver, it's like the end of a too-long porn session. You went sicker and sicker until you end up feeling dirty and ashamed for even looking at it. Vancouver is the granny rim job of cities. I also learned that Vancouver is an island. And there's a Vancouver Island, an island named after Vancouver. It's got to be the worst one in history, and I'm including the one that was run by Jeffrey Epstein. Because at least on that island, some of the people were fuckable. That one could have gone either way. Hey, but unlike Epstein, when someone in Vancouver commits suicide, nobody cares whether it was a suicide or not. I fucked that joke. Hey, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle are currently settling in Vancouver. See, you can buy a house there if you're just a billionaire from a royal family. They chose to leave that awful, incestuous, entitled collection of human garbage at Buckingham Palace, and then when they got to Vancouver, they said, yeah, this feels like home. Of course, they do fit in Vancouver, because he's a quitter and she's a bitch. Okay, I've been to Vancouver, and I think it sucks, and my reference is Hamilton. I hate the fact that it rains there so much, because it means the city will never burn down. Vancouver is somehow boring and offensive. A night in Vancouver is like going for a drink with Bill Cosby. Like, you don't remember it, but you know you were violated. I was going to make a joke about Jeewan, driving a cab, but that'd be stupid. He's from Vancouver. He doesn't work. Seriously, people from Vancouver are lazier than Forrest Whitaker's eye. There's like 3 nice blocks in Vancouver, and the rest of it is this horrible shantytown populated by grimy meth heads and filthy hippies that shamble between vacant food banks and the methadone clinic. Seriously, there should be a CSI Vancouver for people who just smell like they're dead. Hey, at least in Hamilton, our homeless population has the courtesy to die off every winter. In Vancouver, it's not cold enough. They just get musty. And Vancouver doesn't even care about its homeless problem. The only person who tried to reduce the number of homeless people in Vancouver was Robert Picton. For those who don't know who Robert Picton is, he was a pig farmer who murdered 26 prostitutes. Or in other words, one of the few people in Vancouver with 2 jobs. Overall, 60 prostitutes went missing in Vancouver before the police realized it. But it makes sense because it's really hard to tell a Vancouver prostitute from any other Vancouver woman. Now let's face it, 60 prostitutes isn't really making a dent in the Vancouver prostitute population. It's like losing 60 cyclists in Toronto. Except some people actually care about the prostitutes. Vancouver had a problem with severed feet washing up on the coast. I thought it was the grossest thing I'd ever seen on the Vancouver shore, but then I saw the new beach. Yeah, their new beach is called Wreck Beach. I've seen it. I'm positive it's short for Train Wreck Beach. Nothing but hairy beer bellies all up and down, and the men are worse. Seriously, I was there, I thought I was whale watching. I couldn't figure out why they weren't in the water. You know the difference between a naked Vancouver woman on the beach and a pair of severed feet? If I had to, I'd eat the severed feet. I'm sorry, there's a reason and it's the very west of Canada. It's literally the swipe left of cities. Playboy once ran a Girls of Vancouver issue and all they did was recycle a bunch of Sasquatch photos. I used Sasquatch joke twice, didn't realize that, sorry. Anyway, you ever jerk off to a picture of a Vancouver woman as if it was part of an obituary? Alright. They have a big film industry in Vancouver. Once I was there and I swear I saw them remaking Aladdin with a guy flying through the air on a magic carpet. And then I realized, oh, it's just that luge guy from the Olympics that left the track. Seriously, one guy went sightseeing in Vancouver and it killed him, I tell you. Alright, losing steam. Okay. Okay, finally, I know it's a roast, but I'm going to end by telling you some good things about Vancouver. One, they teach their kids early to conserve energy because every kid there goes to school on a short bus. Two, people from Vancouver make us realize that the coronavirus isn't the worst thing China has sent us. And finally, Vancouver is big on equality because I was there and I looked around and I realized man, woman, gay, straight, black, white, everyone there is a cunt. Thank you very much.
Gerry Hall, everybody! Hamilton! Great to meet. Okay, for the rebuttal, we got Vancouver roasting Hamilton. Let's hear it!
Alright, just to be clear, Aladdin flying through Vancouver that you saw when you were there, that was Justin Trudeau. That's who that was. That's who that picture was taken. We're talking about Hamilton tonight. Hamilton the city, not to be confused with Hamilton the musical. Hamilton the musical was a theater production that won many awards and had a cast full of non-white actors. Hamilton is a depression-inducing shithole that's full of white trash losers. Hamilton is known as Steel Town because of all their steel manufacturing. That's fitting, because steel is a cheap alternative to most metals, and moving to Hamilton is a cheap alternative to having a life worth living. So. Motherfucker I've ever seen in my entire life. yes, Keith.
Don't make
Never
fun
mind.
of our mayor.
No, a lot of people are moving to Hamilton from Toronto because it's cheaper. So Hamilton's giving a lot of things that they've never had before. You know, like yoga studios and cool coffee shops and planned pregnancies. That's one. Running water and sidewalks and just. Literacy, that's a new one. That's really just the ability to form complete sentences. Breathing through your nose, that's also another. I don't know, this is a whole list. I can just keep going. That's consent, that's also a new one, I think. I say that again for Jerry. Consent, just really fun. One more time for you. Consent. Okay. Actually, steel isn't the leading industry in Hamilton anymore because all the steel mills shut down. That's what you get for hiring people from Hamilton, okay? Failure. That's what you get. No, the leading industry in transportation is transportation now because of their airport and their train stations, which makes sense. That the leading industry in Hamilton is what gets you the fuck out of Hamilton. Actually, that's not true. The biggest industry in Hamilton is toothless blowjobs from crackheads. That's the biggest vendors. Yeah, Hamilton loves their drugs. They have the Niagara Escarpment there. That's so Hamilton. They have a literal crack just running through the middle of the city. I'm sorry. That's not fair. Can we just all right, I know we're all joking around, it's fun, man. But seriously, it's not a cool stereotype. It's not funny. All right? This idea that Hamilton's just full of people addicted to crack. It's not true. They're also addicted to meth, heroin, oxytocin, ketamine, PCP, synthetic opioids, huffing paint thinner, and drinking Kyle from Ancaster's knockoff Monster Energy drink that he made in his basement. And he calls it beast mode. They also call Hamilton the city of waterfalls because it has the highest concentration of waterfalls anywhere in the world. They also have Hess Village, their club district, which is the highest concentration of herpes anywhere in the world. Yeah, last week somebody drank the wrong beer there. They now have corona herpes. That's what they're dealing with over there. Yeah, there's no face mask in the world that's going to help you there. So it's Hamilton herpes, all right? You're going to need a condom made from the skin of a rhinoceros to help you with that. 10% of Hamilton's population is French Canadian. It's like they're going for the white trash grand prize, honestly. Crack herpes and French Canadian, that's the white trash trifecta. White trash isn't even the correct term for Hamilton anymore. It's Caucasian landfill. That's why everyone complains about the smell in Hamilton. It's because of the literal human garbage that's found there. Now let's talk about the smell real quick. There's a smell in Hamilton, it smells shitty. Let me explain to you how dirty this town is, okay? Last year, they found out that there had been sewage leaking into Shadow Creek for the last 4.5 years. Yeah, think about that. There was 12 billion liters of literal shit leaking into this river, and it took them 4.5 years to notice. They have a university in Hamilton, which, why? waste of just building supplies. Really. Could have made something that people from Hamilton could actually use, like a monster truck arena or something. Just a movie theater playing the Fast and Furious movies over and over. Even a building full of showers would have been more useful to the people of Hamilton than a university. Hamilton needs a university like Ellen DeGeneres needs a pregnancy test. Okay? Saying you're going to university in Hamilton is like saying you're going ice fishing in Costa Rica. Just good luck. Right. I have been talking about Hamilton this whole time, and let's talk about some of their accomplishments, huh? Yeah. Hamilton recently ranked first in Canada for hate crimes. Yeah. 3 times the national average. Way to go, Hamilton. Who'd have guessed that, huh? Who'd have thought that a city full of uneducated, unemployed, white trash crackheads, also racist, who caught me by surprise. Speaking of uneducated white trash, Gerry Hall. Gerry Hall, he is the perfect representative of Hamilton, really. Look at him. Old, decrepit, and anyone with any sense leaves him the first chance they get, so. Talking about his wife. In case that wasn't clear. Hamilton has a sister city. Actually, they have a sister city. And this is true, their sister city is Flint, Michigan. That is their sister city. What a pairing, eh? That is a sister city match made in incest heaven. That's what it is. They gave the residents of Flint, Michigan a choice between moving to Hamilton and drinking their own water. And the Flint River is bone dry. And Hamilton is the location of the very first Tim Hortons. The very first Tim Hortons was in Hamilton. Yeah. So next time you're in there and you're wondering why the food is so shitty, just remember that it comes from the anus of Canada. Hamilton, Ontario. Thank you very much.
Jeewan Gill, Vancouver, getting back. Okay, all right, guys. Time for a moment of truth. Make some noise if you liked Hamilton. Make some noise if you liked Vancouver. Hamilton wins, yes! First time those words have been